In this lesson on Boolean logic, we're going to focus in on Venn diagrams. Whereas our truth tables gave us a table which told us when things are true or false, Venn diagrams give us a geometric view of when things are true or false. First, though, I want to just review the symbols that we use. So the key words in our Boolean logic are and, or, and not. And when we're writing those in Boolean algebra, just a reminder that for and, we often use the times symbol. For or, we use the plus sign, and for not, we use this squiggle there. In Java, of course, and is the double ampersand. Actually, I'm going to type that so it looks right. So let's see, where's my keyboard? Here we go. So in Java, it's going to look like that. And of course, or is our two vertical lines. So right here, or, and the not, of course, is our exclamation point. All right, so let's go to some basic Venn diagrams, and these should look familiar, probably things you've even seen in math before. Now, in each of these Venn diagrams, we're going to simply go alphabetical. The first circle is A, the second is B, A and B. So if we're talking about A and B, remember for it to be true, they both have to be true. And so when we're shading this in, we get the intersection here, that this is only true when both A and B are true. For A or B, we can either have A true or B true. And if you've ever done any set theory, this is the same thing. A and B is the same thing as A intersect B, and A or B is the same thing as A union B. So more symbols all meaning the same thing. Lastly, I have two circles, but we're only concerned with A here. Everything that is not A is not only the things in this circle, but everything in the universe. So the square represents the entire universe of all possibilities, and we're going to shade in absolutely everything that is not A. All right, so now let's combine some items. So here's our first one we're going to be looking at, A and not B. Now remember, when we're looking at an and statement, we're looking at an intersection. And many of you will be able to do this without this, but I'm going to actually take the time to look at this, just each part separately, and then we can see how they combine. So let's take these, and in this first one, if you ever have difficulties, this is a good way to look at it. So here's A. I'm going to just shade in A. So that's what A looks like. And here is not B. So I'm going to shade in everything that is not B. So there we go. There's everything that is not B. And so for my answer, I want the intersection of these two. So I look at this one, and I can see, oh, the intersection is this part. This is what they have in common. And remember, for an and statement to be true, they both have to be true. So basically anything I've shaded in is like being true. All right, so that one's done. Let's take a look at this next one. You know, if you think you've got a good handle on this, I suggest you pause now and try this on your own. All right, welcome back. I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time and just break this down into the two parts. So we'll just clone this a few times, and we'll get the two parts out here. Now, with an or statement, we're not working with an intersection. We're looking at the union of all the possibilities. So first I'm going to look at everything that is not A. So everything that is not A is all of this out here. So that's all of not A. And then everything that is B is everything in this circle. So when I'm looking at the intersection, basically everything shaded in this first one and everything shaded in this one will be shaded in this one. And so I can see that everything out here was shaded. I can see that this was shaded, B was shaded, and the only thing that wasn't shaded in both of them was the part that was inside of A and not inside of B. So there we go. So we have now shaded everything that is not A or B. And remember, we include all of this because only one of them has to be true for this entire statement to be true. So all the purple here was where this was true. All the purple here was where this was true. And all we need is one of them true for the whole thing to be true. All right, so let's challenge ourselves. None of our homework are quite this hard, but let's take a look at this one. If you think you know how to do this, and by the way, let's make sure we're all labeling this the same. So we'll go A, B, and C like this. Go ahead and try this on your own first. All right, to explain this one, I'm going to do like I did before. It really helps to just have some smaller versions of these to compare. It makes it easier to explain what's happening. So I'm going to actually start off by taking A. So I'm going to, in this first one, just shade in A. So this is A right here. That's A. And then on this next one, I'm going to shade in B and C. B and C is, well, actually, I'm going to shade in not B and C. So I know B and C is this middle part in here. So not B and C is everything outside of that intersection. So not B and C is everything out here. Now, when I combine these two, I have an OR statement, which means I'm working with a union here, which means anything that was shaded in either of these two will be shaded in the final. So here we go. Um, it's helpful to see what wasn't shaded. And I see that, okay, this part was shaded here and it wasn't here, but here's my spot. It's not shaded here and it's not shaded there. So I can see that I'm essentially going to shade in everything except this portion there. So here we go, lots of shading. And there's our answer. All right, now, when you do the homework on this, on the back side is every possibility, multiple choice A through P. Before you can enter your answers online, you need to have matched them with the possibilities on the back. When you go to do the multiple choice, you'll notice that only options B through P are offered because I couldn't have that many options on Mastery Manager, but the answer A was never used. So be sure to match the exercises with the correct letter on the back, correct letter on the back, and our options are A through P, but remember, I never actually use A, so you can ignore that one. And all possible Venn diagrams are actually sitting on the back of that worksheet.